How's it going, all you pop culture nuts and wrestling collectors? It's Tom here from CollectAWrestlePalooza. We're doing a mailbag video today in the spirit of having a few different sizes to open. I have a small, a medium, and a large package. The medium one is from Istanbul, Turkey. I don't remember what's inside. It feels kind of soft, but I don't know if that is the packaging or if maybe it's a t-shirt. We'll find out. I've got a small one, looks like it might be a slabbed card or two. And then I've got a big one that seems pretty rigid. So again, I don't remember what's inside, but let's open them together. Let's find out what I got. Welcome to the mailbag.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
So how's everyone doing today? Thank you for selecting this video to watch. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I feature 80s and 90s pop culture collectibles with a strong focus in professional wrestling. If you've been here before, welcome back and thank you for the support. If you are interested in supporting the wrestling card hobby or hobbies in general, I do have a Patreon. Also, if you are a paid member of the Patreon, you do receive 10% off my eBay store every day. Links to all that stuff are in the notes to the video. But how are you feeling about collectibles in general? How are you feeling about the hobby? I'm feeling okay. I have noted in other videos, and the same thing is continuing to happen, is that wrestling content or wrestling card content, wrestling collectible content is not as prevalent as it once was. And I think that that is mostly just the shine is off of the hobby. And what I mean by that is wrestling cards is no longer new. It's no longer a novelty. We've got major releases in Panini and Topps 2022, 2023. We're into the third year of major releases in the modern era. So it's no longer a new thing. It's just a thing. And I think that that's actually good for the longevity of wrestling cards and wrestling collectibles. But it feels like it's a little bit of a downturn. And the reason for that is just because I think the shine isn't there anymore. So throughout 2021, 2022, when everything was up, wrestling was the new thing. So all of these new content creators were making a bunch of stuff. It was something that was getting its legs underneath it. So I don't think the legs are gone. If you are a wrestling collector, I say stick to it. I don't think there's any reason to leave the hobby, although I think that some folks may be, or at least broadening their perspective into other things that they might feel are more stable. I do think that wrestling, at least the base cards and those sorts of things, it is going to be a gamble, but in my opinion, if you stick to the key marquee cards and sets, but also the first ones, so your 2022 Prisms, those are going to be the ones that continue to have legs. Your GOAT cards, your Ric Flairs, your Hulk Hogan's, your things that transcend professional wrestling, but then also high grades of vintage cards, meaning your 1985s, your 1987s, and PSA 10s. Those types of things are going to continue to hold value because they are going to continue to be rare as people pull more and more of their wrestling cards out of their closet, send them in for grading. They're not going to get 10s, but the high grades are going to continue to be scarce, but there's going to be more of a, mountaintop, I should say. So there's going to be more stuff to choose from. And the truly rare pieces are going to rise to the top, as the cream always does. The cream rises to the top, as they say. Anyway, that's my little perspective for today, how I'm feeling about the hobby. But let's get to the opening of these packages. That's why we're here, right? And we're going to start with the smallest one today. I'm going to go small, medium, large. This one is just, like I said, it's from a seller that I've bought a lot of things from recently out of New York, because they do have a lot of auctions, and auctions are a great way to buy valuable goods at a really good price if you are a patient buyer such as myself. So there's been some auctions that during the hype would have sold at tremendously high values that are going for pennies on the dollar right now. So I'm going to guess that this is one of those, but we're going to open it up and find out. The other day when I was cutting open one of these, I almost nicked the top, so I'm being a little more careful in it, but any reputable seller is going to make sure to package it really, really well, so no matter how you open it, you're not going to hit any of the goods. The plastic is a little exposed here, so I'm glad I took some caution, but it does have the standard cardboard around it. This is two cards that I am excited to own. They're both thin PSA slabs. but they are both PSA 7s. And this is from the 1992 Merlin WWF series. The reason I like these cards is there aren't that many of them out there, and I think in general, the Undertaker is an undervalued performer. And part of the reason for that is he had so many rookie cards, but of each rookie card, there weren't that many produced. And also they're hard to get in high grades. So even though there are a number of 1991 Merlins, there are a number of 1992 Merlins, which are not rookies, but are quite rare. And what I mean by a number of them, meaning that there are a lot of different images on the front, each one is not that abundant, and this is a GOAT of professional wrestling. So I feel like as people are priced out of some of the high-end Hulk Hogan's and Ric Flair's and Macho Man's, you're going to start looking at the tier 2 goats. And not to say Undertaker is a tier 2 goat, but he hasn't garnered the same amount of attention on cardboard that some of those other goats have. So once you get priced out of your 85 Hogan's and really high grades, your 82 Wrestling All-Stars, which has already happened to some degree, I think that the Undertaker cards have a very bright future in the hobby. And also they are just so cool. So I really like the photography on these cards. I like the rarity. Paul Bearer as well is a great personality. Underappreciated. Percival Pringle and Percy Pringle before he was Paul Bearer in the territories. And then just the ultimate personification of the Undertaker's manager in Paul Bearer and the Urn. So these are 1992 awesome cards of the Undertaker and Paul Bearer from the Merlin Gold Series 1, both in PSA 7s. And the second package here is the one from Turkey. I'm going to cut it open on the side here. Has a great address label. I'm not going to show you. That does say Turkey just because I don't want to reveal the seller. But it is from Istanbul. And we will see. Although it doesn't look like it's international shipping. Maybe it was through the UPS International program. And it is here. I had forgotten about this. What an awesome cassette tape. Megadeth. So far, so good. So what? Sealed cassette. This is the Turkish version, or the version from Turkey. I really like the look of this. This is Megadeth's, I believe, sophomore effort, or at least their sophomore effort in a big release. They did have Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, and then they had Peace Sells before this. So I think Peace Sells was their first one on the major record label, but correct me if I'm wrong if Killing Is My Business was also on a major record label. But either way, this is an early Megadeth tape. It does have a few of the classics, including In My Darkest Hour, Set the World Afire. Those are two of my favorite songs anyway. On the tape, it does have a pretty bad cover of Anarchy in the UK, but they call it Anarchy in the USA, I think, on the when they're singing it through. I am a big Megadeth fan. It was a part of my childhood, and I am buying a lot of sealed cassettes right now for the main reason that I just feel like, again, physical media is something that's going to continue to have value as we move further and further away from it, both monetarily and in nostalgia. And there's no bigger thrash metal band than Megadeth, and I just think this is a really cool object from Turkey. The price was right. It's still sealed. Really happy to have it in my collection. And the final object here is the biggest one. Let's see what we got. This is very well wrapped in eBay tape. Where do you get that eBay tape anyway? At the eBay store? Do they send it to you? I always wondered, because I don't have some, and I am an eBay seller, and I've never been offered it. Oh boy. If you know, you know. I am pursuing the Bret Hart rookie, and these is 4 more packs of O-Pee-Chee. Oh man, this is amazing. This is like an addiction, and getting some more of the good stuff. 4 more packages. Not only are they packages, but they're packages of the Canadian version. They're not tops, they're O-Pee-Chee. They look really good from this just visual inspection. The last O-Pee-Chee pack that I opened, as you know, was gum damaged. If you follow that series, I'm on part 4. I'm going to do part 5 next, and I'm going to keep going until I open up a pack fresh Bret Hart rookie. One thing I have noticed is in the hobby, people are giving the 1987 WWF cards the love that it deserves. I've seen it more and more. What an amazing set. The Stars and Stripes, just a really golden age in the sport. Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Macho Man, so many who's who type superstars. And, you were over the Hulkamania and starting to transition, but hadn't transitioned yet, and it was really humming on all cylinders around 1987, and just the design of those cards. I also love the stickers with the fluorescent background. I think people are starting to realize more and more how cool the 1987 set is. Also, it's still affordable, so these O-Pee-Chee packs, I can get them, I can open them, and then if I hit a Bret Hart rookie, if I happen to get it in a PSA 9 or 10, it's very valuable, so there's a little bit of a chase there too, which keeps it interesting having a little skin in the game. So that's why I bought 4 more packs. I'm going to put these up in the display case. When the time comes, we'll get out some good luck charms and we'll open them together. And that does it for this week. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate everyone joining me in these mailbag videos. I hope that you're having some fun watching me open this stuff. I'm going to keep buying because it gives me joy, and I hope that it gives you joy too. Be good to each other. Happy collecting. Peace.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.